to another episode of My Very First Home. Today we're talking about decorating our first Christmas in this your new home without the overwhelm. And the first thing I'm going to say is that you may fall into two possible scenarios. You are either just moving in and your house is half unpacked, half finished, half done, and you're facing a Christmas countdown. Or you've been in your home for, over 6 months, a year, and you hopefully you don't have any boxes or they're stored in the garage waiting to be unpacked, but you still face a Christmas countdown with no Christmas ornaments yet, because this is your first Christmas. So if this is where you are at, this is the episode for you. Because my whole purpose, whether you're reading this on the blog or watching this video, it is to avoid the overwhelm, the stress of feeling that you have to be done before a certain date and you have to have the house fully decorated as the ones you see online or on your Instagram feed. Because let's face it, if you grew up in a house where Christmas was a big deal, whether that or right now where you're looking at your Instagram feed and you see all these beautiful rooms. I mean, instant makeovers of a Christmas tree or a room. Lots of DIYs in Reels or TikTok about how to make your own ornaments, your own garlands, your own wreath, everything. It's everywhere. People are even decorating or installing lights on their Christmas pendants. Garlands, not just on the mantle, but on the windows. There are kids' rooms with Christmas trees in every room. These people are going overboard, so no wonder you may feel overwhelmed and the need to be done now. So I'm here to tell you, don't feel stressed. There's no need to compete. There's no need to compare yourself, especially because this is your very first Christmas. And mounting a collection of ornaments is not done in one day. It takes years. So we're going to stop comparing. We're going to stop being overwhelmed. We're going to take it one thing at a time. And we're going to enjoy the process, because this is the main thing about this video today. It's enjoying the process without that feeling that you have to have everything like everyone else is doing online. So the first thing we're going to do is divide our home into 4 different areas. The main areas that if you can ignore your front yard, if you can leave the kids' bedroom for another time, the bathroom, the kitchen, these will be the 4 areas that I believe will give you the most return on investment. Not just money return, but emotional return. These are the 4 areas. The tree, your entrance, that means your door and the entrance to your home, your table, and your fireplace. So let's start with the tree. It's the most iconic ornament or decoration during Christmas. That's assuming you have a Christmas tree, obviously, but it's the most iconic one, and you most likely will place it in your living room or in the place where you're going to spend open Christmas gifts and all that. So it has a focal point. So you probably don't want to forget that one. The same goes with your mantle or your fireplace. You dream of this fireplace, this mantle with the stockings hanging and the garland wrapped around. It's very iconic too, and it also occupies a focal point in your living room, most likely where it is at. So it's also a good place to pay attention to, because these two have a very predominant visual impact as you enter your home. Talking about entering your home, another place where you want to put some focus on is in your entrance. Whether it's your door or your foyer, this is a place that you're going to see last as you leave and first as you come in. So if you want your Christmas decoration to welcome you and give you all the happy vibes, then this is another area that you may want to pay attention to. And then the last one is your table, because you're going to have most likely a Christmas dinner. And you want to have a nice tablecloth and a centerpiece, maybe not just for that day, for the dinner, Christmas dinner, but also throughout the month. And, you know, as you're cooking, as you're sitting down, you also have some festive feeling around your Christmas, your dining table. So those are the 4 areas: your Christmas tree, your fireplace and mantle, your entrance, and your table. Like I said a few minutes ago, you can ignore the kids' bedrooms, you can ignore your front yard, you can ignore the bathroom and the kitchen, and concentrate on these 4 areas. Now, that sounds more doable. Wouldn't you agree? So now, if you can do all those 4, great. But if you are also thinking about how are you going to decorate those 4 areas when you're just starting and you have 0 decorations, then the approach is going to be the same approach that we take when we decorate the house. And I'm not talking Christmas or seasonal decorations. I'm talking just your regular decorations. So bear with me. This is going to help you. The first thing you want to do is arrive to clarity. And the way we do that is deciding which of these 4 areas I just mentioned is the most important to you. And if you ask, how do I decide? Then the answer is, it's based on the level of impact it will have in your life. Remember that. That's how you choose what area to start with, which is the same as to what room in the house you tackle first, the one that has the most impact in your life. So that would be the first thing, decide which area you're going to start with. The next is money, 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 budget. Yes, even with Christmas decorations, we want to establish that ideal budget. Don't forget. So once you've arrived to a comfortable spending amount, what you feel you're comfortable spending this year, then the next thing is to go window shopping. Don't make any decisions, don't purchase anything, because then you'll regret that you went overboard or that you didn't leave enough money to buy everything you wanted to. So go window shopping, price the things that you want to buy. It will give you a really good idea of how much things cost, if that is that you don't know. And then go back to the drawing board and figure out what you're going to do. Because once you have a predetermined amount and you know how much things cost, there are only 3 possible scenarios, no other ones. First scenario, you're right on target. Congratulations, hooray for you. Number two scenario, you are under budget, which is even better because you have more money to spend or to save or to buy yourself a prize. And number 3, the one most of us fall in most of the time, you're over budget. So this is the one we're going to talk about, and I made some numbers so it's easier for me to give you an example. Because once you determine you're over budget, then you have 3 solutions. Number 1, you increase your spending amount. That's an easy one. Number 2, you downgrade your options and redistribute your funds among all the items that you want to buy, because by then you've realized that you don't have enough to buy everything and stay within your budget at the same time. And then number 3, you postpone some choices. As easy as that. So let me give you some real numbers to illustrate this. Let's say my ideal budget, spending budget, is for 2020 is $150. Assuming I already have a tree, I can split my money and allocate $45 for a wreath, $30 for a table centerpiece. That leaves me with $75 for ornaments. Then I go window shopping and I realize that the centerpiece that I want or that I have in mind is not $30, it's $50. And remember, I have consciously decided that I will not purchase anything for my mantle, my fireplace, and I'm just going to concentrate on my entrance, my table, and my tree. But this was a conscious decision from the beginning, okay? So, back to my numbers. My centerpiece is $50, so it's $15 more of what I had decided to spend. And I also realized that $75 may not be enough to buy the type of ornaments that I want. So what do I do now? I can, for example, decide to spend less on my wreath. Okay, so instead of the $45, I can do $30 on a wreath and then up my centerpiece cost to $50 and buy less Christmas ornaments than what I had planned, and I stay within budget. Or I can postpone my wreath for 2021, buy my centerpiece for $50, the one I saw online, and increase my Christmas budget to $100. And that would leave my spending ideal amount to the original $150. So friends, this is all about math. Like my business coach would say, focus on the math, not on the drama. If you focus on the numbers, then this is more doable and there's no need to feel overwhelmed or stressed about what to do. Okay, great. Now you can decide next year when you're going to buy that wreath and maybe put more money into that wreath you've been dreaming of, or buy more ornaments, and so it goes. Now, the last thing I want to say about Christmas decorations is also the same approach to when you're buying accessories or your furniture. At the beginning, because you're just starting to collect your Christmas ornaments and decorations, try to choose the ones that are neutral in style and in colors. Keep them classy, because that will provide you with the perfect background, kind of a blank canvas to use as you're introducing color, or if you want to change your decor, your Christmas decor, of course. Let's say you have everything in red. If you kept your base classic and neutral, you can change colors, add pops of colors without changing everything else. So that's another trick, which is the same thing you will apply when you're buying furniture for your home. Now, I purposely sat here today because I wanted to show you my Santa collection. This Santa collection is 18 years in the making, and I'm going to talk about collections because that is probably one thing that you would want to do as you're buying your Christmas decorations. And let me just increase the light here a little bit. That's a little bit better. There we go. So 4 tips. Number 1, choose the category in advance. Choose the style of what you want to collect. Keep your eyes open throughout the year. And number 4, display for visual impact. Let's go one by one. Choose the category. You can decide to collect, like I did, Santas, or I also collect nativity sets. You can do nutcrackers like my sister does. You can do angels. You can do wreath or trees or garlands. There are so many categories, but focus on one at a time, maybe 2. But don't go overboard trying to do everything at once. Once you've chosen a category, choose the style. This is very important. If you predetermine your style, when you go shopping, you will be a girl on a mission with direction. Now, if you see here, my Santas all have similar style in most of them. Most of them are skinny and tall. Most of them also are made out of wood. They're carved, and the color scheme is pretty much your classic Christmas red. I definitely don't go for porcelain or ceramic Santas. When I go shopping, I know exactly what I'm looking for because I am curating this collection. Now, I know what you must be thinking. There are a couple of them that do not fit the mold I just described. This one, for example, is round. It's not skinny, and it is just the face or the head. but it has the Christmas red and it is carved in wood, and most of them have a very folk appeal, kind of like arts and craft. They're not elegant, they're not shiny, they don't have any glitter, and this particular one fit the mold. So does this one. This little guy is from China, and it's made out of glass. It's not wood, but it still has that folk appeal that I like, and it goes well together. Plus, it represents a really good memory I have. The last one I wanted to show you that doesn't necessarily fit the mold is this one, but it still has the colors. It looks a little bit carved, and it is very interesting. This one is about 6 Santas, one inside the other. So this one is from a thrift shop. So all of these, as you can tell, have that style. When I go shopping, I know exactly what I'm going for. Now, that leads me to my next point. Keep your eyes open. So the best time to shop for Christmas ornaments is right after Christmas, when things go on sale. I personally like to buy 1 or 2 boxes every year of Christmas ornaments. They're really nice ones that I wouldn't specifically buy on regular price, and I just wait for sales when people are not buying Christmas ornaments anymore, and I add 1 or 2 boxes per year. And I purge also, because as I'm adding, I'm also getting rid of what I don't need anymore. That is also very important for you to do as the years go by. Another thing is that when people start purging and storing their Christmas decorations, they will start taking them to thrift shops or secondhand store, donating them. So about 2 weeks after a season ends, that's a really good time to go thrift shopping and find those ornaments that might fit your category and your style for a much better price. In fact, most of what you see here has been bought at secondhand stores or markets or like eBay and Facebook Marketplace, one of those. And then the last thing, as you keep your eyes open, you gotta know where to shop as well. If you like the vintage flair of Christmas decorations, then you probably want to go to eBay, for example, or estate sales are really good too. And if you're looking for that arts and craft feel, country fairs, marketplaces, Christmas markets are really good for that as well, thrift shops too. So you gotta know where to go, you have to know when to shop, but most of all, you have to know what your style is. Take my sister's Nutcracker collection, for example. Hers are very elegant. She has a very specific style. I cannot just purchase any Nutcracker because she's very specific. She exactly knows what she wants. Same thing with my nativity sets. My nativity sets are not just any set. I also go for the ones that represent a specific culture or country. Some of them have been bought as we travel, or friends have bought them for me because they know that I collect those nativity sets that represent cultures. So that will help you a lot when you're starting or accumulating a collection of decorations. And the last thing is group them for visual impact. If I were to distribute these Santas all over the house, they would definitely not have the impact that they do grouped together. So group them together, play with their height, as you can see here, because it will add visual flow and interest as you display them. And then just make sure you fill in the blank spaces with more ornaments, maybe leaves, lights, anything else that will fill in those spaces in between the items that you've collected. At the end, my friends, the main point of this video or this blog, if you're reading it, is that you do not stress about your Christmas decorating. This is your first home. Do not compare yourself to someone else who's been collecting ornaments for years because it will not serve you. Take it 1 year at a time. Do something about it, but take it 1 year at a time. Remember, it's about the climb, not just the, the destination, not just the view at the top of the mountain. You want to enjoy the journey. You want to enjoy the Christmas season, not just the 25th. So don't stress. Do something about your home. Start loving it today and have a Merry Christmas. Goodbye.